sunny day. Where are we today, Jim?
Well, today we're going to do part 2, and we're going to be here in Pigeon Falls.
Yep.
I said we just finished Old Whitehall, and we talked a little bit about Coral City. And Coral City had a store that was moved up here to Pigeon Falls and was placed here on County W. And it was made into a home. This is a store right across the street here. And I said, a fine little building. They recycled, they reused everything. So I said, Coral City extended way into the next town. But every town was like that. Pigeon Falls over here, I said the cemetery, the public cemetery, started in 1878. And the oldest burial we have in there with a marker is Peter Peterson. But like most of the cemeteries here in Trempealeau County and other places, there's probably older burials, but the markers are gone. Probably wooden ones, and then with a fire, they've been gone. I think we're going to pick up a little bit help here this morning and talk to a older resident here from Pigeon Falls, and he'll help tell us about some of the older buildings and what he remembers from a child growing up here in this little thriving metropolis of Pigeon Falls. There never were a lot of buildings in Pigeon. You look on the early aerial maps, 1938 or so, there weren't a lot of buildings, but yet Pigeon had all the industry, all the formalities of a full-grown town. So I said, we'll run over here. We're going to pick up Howard Olson, and we'll be back in just a little bit here, and we're going to take a drive through town and talk about some of the places that used to be here or are still here and then made it to different buildings or homes.
And I had heard that Pigeon, the town of Pigeon, was one of the last areas along with Chimney Rock to be settled in this county. And the reason being, they said there wasn't a lot of timber here, but there was a lot of brush. Must have been thick brush or something. So.
Well, Pigeon used to be called the factory. There was no Pigeon Falls per se until the mailman came here, and the U.S. mail came, and Hans Johnson was the mailman.
Which house do we go?
Way on the end up here, the yellow one. And Hans Johnson was the mailman, the postman, and he named it Pigeon Falls because of
the pigeons.
We had
I always heard was it the passenger pigeons. And
they
claim so many of them.
They claim that passenger pigeons would be migrating in the fall, that a flock could be passing in the morning, and by evening it was not over yet. And thanks to a modern development, let's put it that way, and us white people and whatever else, we extinct the pigeon.
Yeah, we extinguished the
We made them extinct. There's no more pigeons.
No.
And I think the last one went, 1934 or 1914, something like that.
Well, I guess there's one that's stuffed and is in the
That's the last one. It was a female, and it was the last pigeon. And there were so many here along the creek here in Pigeon Falls that the limbs would break off when they would sit on here. The Native Americans used to pick the eggs, but they always left some to propagate the crops, so there always were more pigeons. But I said when the first farmers came up here, they didn't have the equipment, they didn't have the means of having plenty to eat, and there was plenty of wild game, and those pigeons were easy to get.
Yeah.
So everybody was eating pigeon, and it wasn't just here, it was all over.
They were having pigeon pie.
And with development, the lack of habitat, I said the pigeons finally went extinct.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to jump out here. We'll get Howard, and we'll be back in a little bit.
All right.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you here, but it's getting tougher and tougher to find people that are older than me.
How old are you?
I told you, I'm only 75, but it's getting tougher and tougher.
Oh,
The years are going pretty quick. Yeah.
They want me to turn here, right?
that second driveway.
Oh, the second.
Okay, now, okay, turn it on.
This one?
Yep. And then we'll go back up to it. This used to be Adolf Plumstein's small blacksmith shop in Pigeon Falls.
Oh, it did.
And it's been enlarged now by the Senex.
Now, you said this used to be Klomstein's?
This was the Plumstein's blacksmith shop, and they done a little repair work here. There was no gas pumps here. We're going back about 40, 50 years. More than that, probably 70 years when he was here. He moved into town from out in the country and done this blacksmith shop on the south side of Pigeon Falls.
Well, you had 2-3 blacksmiths here in town,
Yep,
didn't you?
yes. There's a shop and there's a big shop uptown. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
But this here's and then fix the tractor and the plow and what have you.
Yeah.
And small stuff. Nothing big, no big high-tech welders.
And above here was the old cemetery too now.
Right
Yes.
up above here.
Yeah, you can drive up there if you want to. I'll show you where to turn around.
I think you did a little video on the cemetery with Mary, didn't
Yeah,
you?
a couple years ago we did. We came out here in the spring and did a video.
Here's the cemetery here, and I'm going through there. The oldest, the newest, I should say, is about 1941. Was when the last
Okay. So they're not
cemetery was.
they're not burying people here anymore.
No.
Yeah, it's a shame. I said all of the families that are here are all gone.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so that there's no one to maintain it, and then
No.
the cemetery slowly fall in disrepair.
But
Well,
I think somebody maintains it.
the village maintains,
Yeah.
drives it. I put that new fence around here, right there, probably 60 years ago. This is
What is this place?
Peter and Stephen Olson own it, and it's rented to Worcester Dairyland.
Oh,
They keep their
okay.
trucks and their equipment here
Oh, okay.
and what have you.
Yeah, because the cemetery, I said, when they did find the grave, the oldest memorial that they found was from 1878.
Yeah. Well,
Peter Peterson, but there could be other people there, but the markers were out of wood and they're all gone. And early fires and stuff, you know, they had the prairies would burn off, you know, and whatever. Because there were so many blueberries and stuff here in this neck of the woods too.
Yep.
So I said a lot of people, I said, helped the fires along because it promoted the blueberries.
But now the village of Pigeon maintains it, mows it. Arn Hansen is in charge, and he in the summertime it's very nice.
Yeah, it
He
is.
keeps it well.
Well, you could see that it is mowed and everything, you know. So
He keeps trimmed up the trees, fixes the fence. I fenced this. Oh, it had to have been in the early '60s. And then I put a fence up there for the village.
But there's a bunch of lilac bushes up
Yes,
there.
they're pretty in the summertime. Way up there's a big high stone.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's in the summertime, it's very nice.
well, there were a lot of burials that were put out on the farms and such before the cemeteries.
Yep.
You know, we talked to older people in that, and they said usually if there's a lilac bush or something, you could kind of expect maybe an infant or someone to be there.
Mm-hmm.
We bumped into one in Coral City there, I and Nancy were talking about a little bit earlier, that it's marked on a map, 1914, somebody's buried there, but there's
here
nothing
we are.
there.
You're coming into the village of Pigeon Falls. This is Aberlin Semington.
Oh, the plumbing.
Plumbing shop right here.
Yep.
That's been there. Curtis Anderson started it. Well, my house is 20 years old, and they've been plumbing for a long time then. So that plumbing shop has been there for probably 40, 50 years.
They do good work. They put in an automatic waterer for my horses, and that is wonderful.
Yes, I lived across the highway. You don't want to go over there, I don't think. But I had about 400 hogs on feed.
Oh my goodness.
When I was in the plant. And one morning I didn't have water.
Oh no.
Heat tape, automatic, electric, water, everything was right. But the month of January in 1979, it never got up to zero.
I remember that.
Here's the Pigeon Falls Bank. It used to be. It's Oakwood Bank now. The bank has been in Pigeon for way back.
Well, that was over there, wasn't it? Across
the old bank is right in front of us.
That bank was built 1919 and it opened in April of 1920.
Yep. My daughter worked in the bank, not this one, but this new one. Sue, my daughter, worked there for 20 years. So there's the bank. Here's this used to be the general store in town. You could get anything here that you wanted. In the basement, you could buy boots and water cups, stanchions, whatever you needed. On the first floor was groceries, and then in this end of the store it was dry goods. The ladies could
You
buy
hold up a little bit here, Nancy.
Yeah, okay.
you could buy material there. And when we got married in 1958, why, and Barbara went to work as a checkout girl here, my wife. And she'd be working in the checkout. Then if somebody wasn't on the other end, one of the men would say, well, Barbara, you got to go down and wait on that lady down there in the dry goods. She wants material. So, and my wife was familiar with it.
Yeah.
So she'd go down and run the dry goods department. And you could buy overalls, work shoes, stockings. Then on the second floor up on top was furniture, stove, refrigerators. They had
And what was on the third floor?
well, the third floor, that would be upstairs.
Yeah.
All the
Besides furniture, they had something else up there.
furniture. Then Ernie Slutland was the undertaker. Told there was caskets up there.
Well,
Yeah, oh yeah, you can go up there and
They cover you from head to toe in this building. There's no doubt about it.
they covered, everything was there. It was, you just didn't have to go anyplace.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was one-stop shopping, wasn't
That's
it?
one stop.
Yep.
You didn't get in the car and go to Eau Claire or La Crosse
Yep.
or Winona. And then we'll catch the north on the way
Now,
down.
now it's apartments. Is that right?
Yes, it's all apartments now.
Uh-huh.
They said there's 9 apartments in there.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how that worked out because I worked there when I bought out Harry Gulstead for Falls Meat Service. We worked in the basement, everything.
What's this place?
Here's Roger Melby's built this here. It's called the Pigeon Plaza. And
Oh.
Jurowski, a girl from Whitehall's got her,
What, like a beauty parlor?
no, Terry Stamp Pad.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Gift cards. She's got oodles
Printing
of stuff.
shop.
Of gift cards and stuff like that in there.
Uh-huh.
And people come from all over. She has openings all on weekends, and it's just yes. And then on the other end of this building is you can drive in here.
Yeah, I will.
The post office is here, so then we get our mail to the other end of this building.
Well, they said that there was a Hinkleman had a cheese factory. Said where the post office is now.
No,
Well, that's
there
where.
was a cheese factory and milk south of town, just south of where we were at the Senex there.
Oh, okay.
Einer Isaacson lived there, and it's on the west side of 53 as you're going down. Here's our community center,
That's nice.
which is very nice. We got
I stopped and talked to Howard in there the other day, and there's a few older pictures from the city in there.
yeah.
And across the street here was a Jacobson store.
This is here, and then you go there.
Where was the Jacobson?
This
store?
here
right
blue
there.
building here.
Oh, the white
No,
one. Oh,
this-
okay.
When we get to the front of it, you'll see. I'm 89 years old. I can remember going down here and buying a penny pencil to start grade school with.
And it's got solar collectors. That's neat.
Now, there's apartments here.
Okay.
But first it was a store, then right in this front corner where that window is, then they had the post office in there many years ago.
Oh, okay.
To start with, the post office was in the big store, way back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
then-
would have been.
Then they moved up here, and then the store, and then they had the egg station was in here with the post office
Oh.
stuff, and you had Curtis Claus had the egg station in town, so that was egg station. They loaded eggs out of the front door here into Briggs transfer trucks from Whitehall, and that took up the whole street.
I'll bet.
And everybody said, "Well, you can't do that." Well, we got to load eggs, and that's the way it went.
What
So,
is this next door? This is just for the.
This is Tri-County Telephone.
Oh, okay.
In 1965, we went dial here in Pigeon,
Ah.
and Howard Olson, myself, I bid on all the telephone lines, and I had to tear down 114 miles of old telephone wires.
Nothing to do in your spare time.
That was, let me tell you, I wonder I wonder how many posts I crawled up, and they snapped off, and I went down like that.
Oh, dear.
And so it was. That was in 1965, the same year I bought my farm over.
Oh my goodness! What did you want the copper wire out of it? Is that what you?
Well,
did
I had
with
copper wire, I had posts, I had all kinds of wire.
it? Yeah.
You name it, I had it. This is another building that belongs to Badger Stainless.
Oh, okay.
Right here, they built. Used to be a great big house here, and the house
Oh.
is gone, and then they built this here. It's a very nice building.
Uh-huh.
hmm This next building right there, you'll see it as we get there.
Uh-huh.
Was at one time shoemaker shop.
Right here.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Albert Batch had a shoemaker shop there for many, many years. And then I got the post office was here after I moved from down there. And then I moved across the street over to Badger.
Boy, it moved
Badger.
around a lot, didn't it?
This year's changed 3 times that I know of.
Yeah.
Here's where the dairy used to be.
On this side?
On that over there where you see Falls Mini Storage. Howard, I built the Falls Mini Storage. I worked in the creamery here, and I went to the university, and I got to be, so I was the only buttermaker, licensed buttermaker with the state here.
Wow.
And that was in early, mid 60s. And then the school stood right where the bare spot is. Where yes, that's where the school was.
Uh-huh.
And then we got our first church right here, that's the remaining church, Peace Lutheran.
Uh-huh.
Was there this Peace Lutheran, did they have a community hall here when the school burnt in?
Years, no.
When the school burnt in 24, it said the kids went to cross the street.
Right here was the hall,
Uh-huh.
church hall.
Oh,
Keep
okay.
going. And,
I'll just,
go ahead.
I'll go in there so we can look at it.
And yes, that was tore down. It was an old wood hall, upstairs, downstairs. And that stood right here in the opening. And then they built this church. This is what's new.
Is there a date plate up here, maybe?
That's what I was looking for.
It was established in
2011. it says.
1878.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but there's.
And then it was,
2011 they built
Yeah.
this on.
Yeah.
But the church here was built in, I want to say, in the 50s.
In 1944, there was the first, was the other church,
Oh,
was built here. Because it says there the pastor came from Strum, and he'd come every 3 weeks, once a month. And if the weather was bad, well then it would be a little bit different, but they paid him $60 a year to come here for services.
Yep.
And the cemetery here, it
Yes.
says John Fenstead from 1874, 72, or
I don't
Inger
think it was that
Olson
up
from
in there.
1874, were the oldest burials we can find here with a marker. But again, like
from
I said,
1872.
yeah, 1872 and
It's
1874.
been expanded here, and it's well maintained by
Yeah,
the church. Kenny Ringland is kind of the head push in the cemetery. He's the same age as me. He's just a kid, 89 years old. But they own this. All these buildings over here was they were manufacturing. This was big at
okay.
one time. Carn Steak had it.
It was a manufacturing.
Yep. Yes.
Now, were you ever a skier, Howard?
No, I was not a skier. Well, I'll tell you when we come back down again about the skiing here.
Okay, because I know there were a lot of skiers from.
Oh yeah, Kenny
Pigeon.
Ringling was one of the big skiers that lives out of town now, same age as myself. And at that time, there was a parsonage right there where we would come out of,
Uh-huh.
and the preacher lived there, and they had this little farm. There's a barn,
Uh-huh.
and old John Erke was the old minister. He lived right there, and he had this land. There was no houses here when I was going to school. I started school at 42. This is all fields up through here.
So we'll
make a right up this
yeah,
road.
we'll go up
Straight
here
ahead.
and come
Yeah.
around. right?
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
around.
Make a right
Yeah.
and make a left by the gate there.
Okay.
Because this church and cemetery were started in 1866.
Yeah. But I was one of the instrumentalists. When we get to I'll show you what's left. We really, when we lost our church, I was born, baptized, confirmed, and everything in this church that was here.
This is 1866.
Yep,
Huh?
1866. We had the preachers had been Christoffersons, 3 generations of
Oh.
Christoffersons
Huh.
for preachers. Now, if you get over through here, I think you can turn to the right and go. Don't keep going.
It kind of ran in the family, apparently,
Yeah.
with the Christophersons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can show you where you can make if you get over. Now come back. See the street goes up through there.
Oh, is this a street or is this
No,
a sidewalk?
come on. Just
You think? I'm not going to get,
yeah.
they're not going to send somebody out to
No,
arrest me, huh?
No, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Okay. The church is burnt about where this thing stands.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
What are we going to do with that big bell? I said the bell will stay here. Definitely. They had to use a crane to get it down.
1,000 pounds.
Oh, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And we built that. I was here when we done it. We built that structure, and then we built this here steeple, and we put the
The bell. Yeah.
bell in there. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. In the summertime, it's well maintained.
Yes,
There's
it
a lot
is.
of flowers around
Yeah.
here.
It's very nice.
And I was along, and we painted that gazebo, or what you want to call it, helped build it. It's so this is where the old church was. There's a sign right in front of us that tells about the people that were here. And well, then keep going. And see, years ago, there was an outdoor toilet in that building down there, and that's where you could keep your horses when you came to church.
Oh, okay.
It was and then it was the woodshed, because you had to have wood for the. This is the Sunday school building here,
Okay.
and you had to have wood. Well, the doors were shot, the windows were shot, the roof was shot, and I said, well, we got to fix that. Well, we ain't got enough money for that. I said, well, we'll get money. That's no problem. So I went around and I got donations all over. And I had $1,600, but we had an estimate for the cost. Okay, that house that was just built right there is where I was born.
Oh, right there, the gray
Yes,
one.
right,
Oh,
that gray one. I was born there. So I went to Sunday school here,
Uh-huh.
and I went to church there. So this is all, the big yellow house, old Alfred Olson lived there. He was a carpenter. He built all the big houses here in the early 1910, 12, 15. That's where he lived. I knew him, I can't help it, I know him personally.
What was his name? Nelson?
Alfred Nilsson.
Nelfred Nelson.
And
Okay.
then Kenny Ringling lived here, my age. His parents were Bill and Julia. Very good people, all of them. We didn't have a bad apple in the box.
Was he the feller that had, you and him had half of Coral City looking for you guys once, not?
Well, we ain't in Coral City now. I'll get-
Pigeon Falls, yeah.
I'll get to this here when we go down to the street here. Yeah, see the Pigeon Creek is right down behind us. And so one day they couldn't find Howard and Kenny. Let's keep going. And so they had everybody in town, which wasn't a whole lot of people, looking for Kenny and Howard. They couldn't find us. Oh, my mother said, here comes the dog from the creek. I'll bet you the boys are drowned. Everybody felt so bad. The boys had drowned.
Oh.
Well, wasn't long. Here we came. We had pails or boxes or whatever full of shell corn. Well, down here by this barn, we'll see it when we get there. We've been sitting in the corn crib shelling corn all afternoon. two nice little boys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good.
So you did not drown.
We didn't drown.
We got a free licking out of the deal anyhow.
No, they were so happy to see us. They didn't even give us a
Oh, you
licking.
didn't get a free licking?
Yeah. And that's the Urke barn, because the Urke was the preacher. See, he had cattle here.
Oh,
He had his own cows. And we'll go all the way around for the, up there with the Christofferson.
Yeah, you can stop here for a second.
Okay.
I'll say a few words about the old school there a little bit too.
Oh, yep. Okay, we were kids in school here, and we used to come over here and slide. Well, that one winter in the post office in the early 40s, 50s, the snow was piled up by Norman Goosey, that was patrolman for this county. God, we had snow up halfway up on those poles. Well, we kept on and we started carrying snow. So we carried snow till up on top till we got just about to the high line, and then the teacher said, you can't do that. And we'd take off from here and we'd go all the way down to this
Oh, you'd slide on it.
sliding skis,
Yeah.
all the way down to the pond. Then we got so we were crossing the pond, and then the teacher made us.
They probably
Right.
didn't like that. Huh?
No, they didn't think that was very. Here's where the old school stood,
Okay.
right here. The Lions Club has been instrumental in putting in a nice
Oh, playground.
playground
Mhm.
for children. They can come out here in the summertime, and on a Memorial Day weekend, this is just plumb full of children
Yeah.
playing and all that stuff. And there's people picnicking, having picnics here. And we'll drive over, and so we see the Christofferson parsonage or a church for
Okay.
where the church burned down.
See, the first school that was built here was in 1866.
Yep.
Taught by Mary Knott. She got $12 a month. It was out on County P there for a while.
Yep.
Oh,
Then they built
okay.
this new school here in 1887 in the village.
Yep.
And in December of 1924, they noticed that there was some smoke coming out of the heater, out of the register and the floor. And the school had a big room and a small room.
Yep.
So the teacher ran to the creamery next door, and she had a gentleman, I'm trying to think, the name was Loveland, Alfred Loveland.
Old Olaf Loveland.
Well, Alfred.
Okay.
Okay, anyhow, he went over to look at it, and they said when he opened the door, they said the fire came up and filled the big room of the school plumb full of fire.
Yeah.
So she, the teacher, and Alfred were helping the little kids grab your coats, your lunch boxes, and get out. And they were on a smaller half of the school. The lower grades had a smaller room than the upper grades.
Yep.
And they run outside. And then the teacher decided she's going to run back, and there was a Red Cross money was at her desk and a bunch of the paperwork for the kids for the grades and such. And she was going to run in, but Alfred stopped her. And when he stopped her, the whole floor of the school fell in. If she would have ran in, she'd been dead.
Yeah.
So then all the kids were so excited. The older kids were so happy because now school would be out because there's no school. And the younger kids are crying because the schoolhouse was gone. But then the city, as soon as they got new books and supplies here, they turned around and they sent them right across the street there where Howard pointed out there was a building here. They had school in there until the new school was built. But I said that the kids, some were cheering and some were crying. But I said that's the way it ended up. And then, like you said, next door here was a creamery,
Yep.
and that was built here by Peter Eckerd.
Yep.
Now, Peter Eckerd was a real mover and shaker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he started the store. He started the creamery. He owned them. He was very instrumental in Pigeon Falls, period.
Yeah, and
And
then he sponsored lots of people to come over here from Norway.
He was very instrumental in the mill. He built that and started it.
Yeah,
That
after the fire, yeah.
That burnt down. He built it back up again.
Well, the creamery even broke one time and burnt, and he rebuilt the creamery again.
Oh
too.
yeah.
He wasn't afraid to step up and make things happen.
Then after the creamery, this was the cheese factory.
Okay.
They built it. This was cheese factory. After I left here, and I went on the road for 9 years buying feeder pigs.
So what is this little building?
This here?
The little
This
one.
used to be a store here.
Oh, okay.
There's 3 stores in Pigeon Falls. There was a store, but it was a big building. And the back, and then the creamery rented it. They kept barrels and what have you in it. And so there was really nothing that was great about it. But it was a. We're going back to the 1800s in order to get to that store.
And was this always a house or
No,
was this a
this is
store?
all. This is Harold Ellickson and Valdine way back. This is a major blacksmith shop. It's not it's no blacksmith shop today. It's a stainless steel shop.
Yeah.
And they do work all over
Yeah, this is Badger Stainless.
Badger Stainless. And they're all over the state
Huh.
with doing stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really growing. They're very precise manufacturing here. Yeah.
Well, I think the next building Howard knows a little bit about.
Yes, I do.
As soon as the traffic lets through here.
Okay.
The next building, I was on the road. If you want to know a little history of it, buying feeder pigs. And Harry Olson, the old locker used to be over in the corner of the big store.
Okay.
They sold meat. You could butcher at home and bring it in there, and they'd cut it up and freeze it for you. Because we're talking about in late 30s, there was no deep freezes.
No.
There was a locker, so you'd bring your meat in, and we'd take it and put it in the locker, and give you a key, so when you came back to town, you could go in to get your meat.
Sure.
And so I worked for Harry when the first year we were married. I suppose in 58, 59, something like that. And I liked it, but there was no room for growth, so I went on the road for 9, 10 years. And I came home one night about 4:30 in the morning. I'd been sleeping in the truck. I woke my wife and I said, I'm going downtown to buy Harry out because he'd been after me to buy him out. And I said, we're going to build a new locker plant and slaughterhouse. And my wife said, we are? And I said, yep. So that was in 74. So this is False Meat Service that I built. And it's been very, very good, been very busy.
Yeah, but got a very good reputation.
So Tim bought him out and he built this here out, doing fantastic business. It's quite an asset to Pigeon Falls. And yeah, he's doing a lot of work. The business I built is still
Yeah, that's
growing.
doing so well. That's great.
And about the end of this, it used to be the barber shop in here, but that's been gobbled up by a locker plant. The barber shop and an apartment building. So,
And this is a bar.
This is a bar, Dwyer's second home. This has been here forever. When I first married, Dick and Ruth Dresselhaus owned it. And Dick came over to the locker one day and he said, Howard, he said, what do you do when you get done here at 6 o'clock? Well, I said, I just go home. Well, why don't you come and work for me, attend bar a little bit?
Oh boy.
So I did. So I came, I've tended bar in the building. And we're looking here right at the old bank. And if you see that white thing, that goes down the basement. And when we were very first married, the first week, Thurman Fremson was down in there. At home investment company, you could borrow money there. And he sold a lot of insurance. So,
Now, one thing we didn't mention here, this Eckerd store here behind us there, that at one time belonged to Reynolds.
Oh, Reynolds Thompson.
Yep.
That was Reynolds' store.
Reynolds and Elmer Nuppert was with him. This is Ray Hagen Chevrolet at one time.
Okay.
Now it's
And we'll
you know,
turn by the mill there.
that was he had sold cars. This was a
Mobile station.
mobile station.
Yeah.
There's where the old mill was. Now this is the site of the old mill. And the mill was at that time in the 40s, 50s, 60s. Everybody came to town and ground feed. There was no portables and nobody bought feed. You had corn and oats in the bags. They'd bring it here and they'd grind it and add something to it. And yeah, but the Lions comes out of the thing here. They put up a shelter, and the village mows it and maintains it. It's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. In the summertime, you can walk right down there and sit and fish for hours. People have fished here as long as I can remember.
So that's Pigeon Creek, right?
Pigeon Creek, yes.
Now
That goes all the way up to Northfield, York.
the first mill was built in 1866 by Hine and Willard Thompson.
Yep.
They built that one, and then Thompson traded his half of the mill ownership for the rest of Cyrus's Hine's farm. And then he took that farm and he traded it off for part ownership in the Coral City store.
Yeah.
Coral City Mill.
Yeah.
way?
That big house right in front of you. It's Dr. Doug England. He's a doctor, retired from Madison. And that's where the cow barn stood.
Oh, okay.
The cows are right there.
Yeah.
And Olga's horses used to put the cows across the highway here and down here to the creek for water. And they're there all day. Now, I'd hit like to try and cross the highway. We're going to go over here and go make
Okay.
a right. And,
Make a right? Okay.
And
Well, there's Pigeon Pond, huh?
yep, and this is very unusual. January, and the pond is open.
Yeah.
Did they have an ice house here before?
Yes, the creamery had an ice house up behind that end to show you up there.
Is that how they cooled the locker plant?
No,
Or the
no,
locker electric, they had refrigeration?
no. We had, even the creamery had for the first, for cooling was ammonia
Okay.
compressor. But drive over here and I'll show you the,
This is the old road, right?
yes, this is old 53 here. The first one went right straight ahead of us,
Uh-huh.
right past the front of that barn. This is where I lived for 45 years.
Yeah.
And I played with big horses for 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pond, they had an ice house right behind the creamery. I can remember it very well. And they cut ice and ice and ice for at that time because there was no compressors.
Uh-huh.
So they had to have it for milk, for cream. Cream had to be cooled.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the old bridge, huh?
This
that over
this
there?
is still 53.
Okay.
Oh, keep going ahead.
Was that
That
bridge?
old number 8. That went right through my yard.
Oh.
My dad, Pearl Olson, was born in 1898, and he can remember going through there with horses, hauling cream for Sam Olson, my uncle, over in Hale. Just keep going. And this, if you live here all your life, you can follow this thing up atop the hill, and then when you get way up by Buena Vista, you can see where it went.
Uh-huh.
And this was the main highway.
Yeah.
So literally, there's been 3 highways in that farm there.
Yeah.
8, 53, and 53 above it.
11, yeah.
One below the house. And one. Okay, here's the parsonage for
Oh.
old Christopherson for the church that burned.
This big gray house.
This
huh?
is a beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful house. And they had 20 acres. I can remember, I stayed here with my older brother because he had 12 cows, the preacher did. So that was extra income. 12 cows. And I can also remember that when my dad had trucks for hauling milk to the creamery, he went down and hauled hay.
Uh-huh.
So different farmers had, well, we got plenty of hay. We'll give the preacher needs a load of hay. So they'd give him hay for his cattle.
Sure.
Yeah, this is a beautiful place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a beautiful house.
yeah,
Even
big.
a backup house straight in front of us, a little bitty one with 3 windows and a door. See that?
Yeah,
In the end of the driveway there?
See that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
See that one way back there with
Yeah.
a peak? That was the chicken coop.
Oh.
That was the garage.
Uh-huh.
Then they built a garage onto the back of it. And he had, well, he was very instrumental in registered Holstein cows.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Oh, big time. And if you follow it, him, Dwayne Hoffman from Black River had a farm over by Elma Center, registered Holstein cattle. And John D. Wheatrick, Grassland Butter and Nielsen in Greenwood, they were all 3 professional people with Olson cattle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you know when they switched the road? When they
That
it
road
over
up there went
Uh-huh.
through, and they switched from this road to the 53 up there in the early 40s.
Oh, okay.
Because Kenny Wrigley and I rode with his Uncle Ingen, up there, and he got stuck in the sand with a Model T. And that's how I can remember it. So that was in the very early 40s. We were just little kids. We all thought that was really great. Then we got stuck in the sand.
Right there's a plate on that bridge, yeah.
Huh?
1924, I believe it says.
You see it?
24 or 26. No, it's
Oh, there it
26
is.
or 28. That's
There it
right.
is.
Yeah, it's on there. 1928, 26, I believe. She'll tell us. We'll see if it's 26 or 28.
Oh, I'll be down.
All right.
Huh?
What year it say?
I got a 1926.
See? I thought it
Yeah,
was 26
see, that's
or
when this
28.
was built.
Yep, and the contractor was somebody called Bigham.
Yep, yeah.
Yeah, there was
Then
that big one from Arcadia. He had a crew up here.
So you want me to go down here to the left?
Yeah, we'll head back down now. We got
Okay.
a tavern to talk about yet. We got most of Pigeon kind of covered here
Yeah,
because
I think so.
the older buildings are mostly removed, but the history's still here as long as we document it for some people ahead of us. Or
Yeah.
behind us, or whatever way it is.
Okay, you want me to
We've,
go?
we've always had a pretty distinctive town, we feel. Village, clean. You don't see any tar paper shacks in
No,
Village.
it's a nice, clean little Norwegian village,
It's
isn't it?
clean, well maintained, and I got to say that way back, predominantly Norwegians.
Yep.
Everything. If you weren't Norwegian, you couldn't even get a house hardly in town. There's where old Ben Beck Eckern, that great big house there.
Oh, right
that's
there.
where-
That was his
That's where
house?
that's where he started.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that is a big house.
and it's a terrific house, well built. I mean, just absolutely well.
Yeah, then his son-in-law ran the mill after he
Yeah,
died in
yeah.
88
The
or 1899.
And then his son was here, his grandson-in-law, Ernie Slutland,
Uh-huh.
and he was the undertaker. He owned the store, he owned the mill, he owned everything, and he was an undertaker. And he had an undertaking parlor. They'd have funerals in the house,
Oh, okay.
and his wife was a real vocalist. She'd sing for funerals, weddings, and stuff like that. And that was
So this was Peter Eckern's
Yep,
house.
yep,
Beautiful house. Big
well,
house.
it's a big,
Beautiful big porch all the way around.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
well maintained.
Yeah. Well, did we miss anything, Jim?
No, I think we got town pretty well covered. I says the tavern. I know they said it's been a. Howard told me it's been a tavern as long as they had taverns. He said.
Oh, okay.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said back here there had been a big barn.
Yep. That was a big store if you look at it from here.
Oh, yeah.
The
I've
upstairs,
seen pictures of it. It was a huge store.
it was huge. That side about from that window over was where the locker was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is that all the high points, Jim?
I think we've pretty well got the city and Coral City and.
Do you remember there being a dance hall in
No.
Coral City?
Yeah, I already cornered him on that.
Oh,
I-
I was wondering where that
Well,
was.
I'll tell you why, because we love to dance, Barbara and I. We've danced together for 70
Uh-huh.
years. And I know where every dance hall, there was one in Osseo and it burnt down. I can't hardly walk, saying nothing about dance.
Well, there's nothing wrong with your memory. I can tell you that because And Nancy,
Don't-
come
don't
up here.
keep
We
going.
could identify a
Keep going,
few.
keep going. I want to show you.
Okay, okay.
We could identify a few places that we have information on, but I said the historians are all slowly slipping away on us.
Yeah.
And if we don't document some of this stuff while they're around, it'll never be
Okay,
known.
slow down. Here's where the cheese factory was that you were talking about.
No, okay, the early one, the
Yep, this
1800s,
was
yeah.
Back in the late 18s, probably in the early 1900s.
Where this little house is?
Yes, there was a cheese,
Oh,
a dairy here. Well, cheese
Okay.
or butter, I don't know. I think it was cheese. That's all I know about it. But I know it was here for the simple reason when somebody remodeled it, they got down and under, and hell, here was stuff that they used for making cheese.
Oh, sure.
That's on the south side of Pigeon. Yeah. I just wanted to show that,
Sure.
and that's been here forever.
We sure appreciate this. This has been a wonderful tour.
I love it. I love it. I can't help it.
It's a beautiful little town, like you say. Beautiful, clean little town. There's everything nice and neat.
Looks clean here.
Looks
Back her up.
good. I haven't backed over anybody's mailbox yet. That wouldn't be good.
Where you see that motorcycle sitting out there.
Yeah, we'll get you out there. Well, thank you. This has been wonderful.
Well, now we learned.
There was a bus garage that was built by Dave Thompson
Uh-huh.
when he had all the buses here.
Yeah.
That's what that's for.
That was the easiest program we ever had to do.
Well, I
We-
guess so.